the Greens are warning the fight over housing is just getting started. This is despite promising to pass Labor's $10 billion housing fund. The Greens now threatening to withhold support for other changes unless rent freezes are imposed. Live to Trudy McIntosh. Trudy, so what are they going to hold out on now? Where's this all headed?
Well, Laura, it seems the Greens feel pretty emboldened after the Prime Minister stumped up an extra $1 billion yesterday to ensure that the $10 billion housing fund would pass the Senate. The Greens have long been calling for rental freezes to be imposed nationwide. We know states have no appetite to do that, but that hasn't stopped the Greens. They caved, in essence, this time on the $10 billion housing fund, but their spokesman, Chandler Mather, saying this morning that they're going to play hardball when it comes to Labor's additional promises on housing that it wants to pass in this term of Parliament. The big one remaining is the Help to Buy scheme. It was a big election promise. The Prime Minister reiterated at Labor conference, and the Greens are now saying they're going to use their leverage over that bill to extract maximum pressure to put downward pressure on rents in the form of a freeze. This was Chandler Mather.
Well, look what happened when we held out. We got $3 billion, and now we're going to use that power to go and win a freezing cap on rent increases. We know that, understand there are going to be several more opportunities in this term of Parliament when it comes to housing legislation. We will find every opportunity to fight for the 1/3 of this country who rents.
More broadly on housing today, another warning from the industry that potentially the government is not on track to actually meet its new target for homes. This was agreed at National Cabinet to build 1.2 million homes by 2028. The Master Builders Association's done new forecasts, and they say that we're going to go short in terms of actually doing this, a potential shortage of 160,000 homes. Housing Minister Julie Collins pressed on this today. Didn't seem overly confident they're actually going to get there.
We've always been told that it was achievable but ambitious, and we're absolutely determined to be ambitious for the Australian people. We want to get more homes of every type on the ground.
Of the numbers in the Senate means the government does need to rely on the Greens if the coalition doesn't support them on housing. So they've had to concede ground once again when it comes to the $10 billion housing fund in the form of an extra $1 billion now. The question is, what more will the Greens want beyond a rental freeze when it comes to Help to Buy? It's just a continual process of horse trading to try and get their agenda through, Laura.
Yeah, an open question. As I said, it seems like the Greens have smelt weakness and they're going to exploit it, and they're pretty open about doing that. So we'll see where this all goes, Trudy. Interesting week there in Parliament. Thanks so much.